Hey guys, we are back out here in Montana working on our apartment that we're putting into our brand new barn. There are some usual suspects out here helping us with Haley and Jordan and Wyatt and Tristan. We also have a couple of friends that came out to help, Rob and Neil. So sit back and relax and watch us chip away at this massive to-do list that we need to crawl through in order to finish up this project. So Jordan and Wyatt are finishing up some of the small walls and putting in jack studs and headers so we can finish up these doors and move on. They also went through earlier today and put in some nailers on all the inside corners for our drywall and our interior siding. So we're almost done. We're running out of lumber, so I think we're getting pretty close. It looks like we did good on materials, so see how it goes. So it's day 2, we're back at it. We got Neil out here doing plumbing, Jordan and Wyatt are doing framing, and Rob is just running around like a chicken with his head cut off, putting out fires for anything anybody needs. So let's show you a bit what's going on.
Filters on there, put it in fast forward.
So for years, I was thinking these IBC tote cages would make an excellent way to help you store your firewood. First off, you got the cage that's all the way open so the wind can go in and out of it so you can dry it out, it gets good airflow. The other thing is we can pick this up with our tractor. We can load it to wherever we want. The way we did these is we just took a grinder and we cut a lip down here all the way around so that we can now reach down inside. It did not affect the strength of it. I mean, I'm sure at some level it did, but as far as it holding firewood and being sturdy, it's ready to go, and this is cool. I'm looking forward to using these over the next few years.
So this trip out, we got 2 cords of firewood. We got it split and we put it in these IBC totes, cages. They are awesome for firewood. We had to do a little bit of modifications to them so that we can easily grab the wood out, but it holds our wood nicely. It'll be able to dry out and season, and we'll be able to use this next winter. Right now it's not dry enough for us to use this time, but we are split and ready, and we are looking forward to putting that into our new wood burning stove.
Right though, gravity might do that, dude.
Yes.
Oh, the fumes?
So one of the things we tried to do is we tried to take advantage of the contractors being here. So while we had a trench open to put the water, we also, my friend Rob and I, put all the conduit in to supply the power to the garden shed. This is where Lisa's going to be able to do her seed starts and do some of her potting and stuff like that. And then when they put the water in, we also branched off and put in a hydrant. So now we have a sprinkler, we have water so that we can put sprinklers in the rest of the garden. So this project's kind of on hold, other than while the electrician's here, we're going to have him pull the 300 feet of wire in order to get it into the tube. But we're going to put this on hold until that apartment is insulated and pumping out heat and has a nice bed in it. But as soon as that's done, you better believe Lisa's going to be all over me to start building the shed here and getting the water and start planting stuff, because that's her thing and she is way excited.
We just have to be close here because we can. I don't want to. On the brick.
This is one of my favorite features of this build so far. It's our wood burning stove. We are super excited to get this in. It brings us heat into this apartment that we're going to be staying in someday, and it also is allowing us to do some cooking on the top of this stove, so I'm excited about that. We got this all installed. We burned a couple fires in it so far already, and it's working great.
our first weekend's over since we arrived. We lost Neil, unfortunately. He's on his way back to the airport. He helped out a ton. He did some stuff and brought some knowledge to the project that, quite frankly, I didn't have. We're starting to work on the heating and the utility wall. It's a lot of planning and laying out. So Rob is still here with me until the bitter end on this trip. He's drilling holes so we can start putting the radiant tubing back into the ceiling for the second floor. So follow us along and we'll show you what we're getting done as we're finishing it up. I didn't think you'd want to be this close without us having showered yet. We're doing small bits. One of the next projects are, and I don't know if we're going to do it over winter because it's probably going to be real cold, but we're going to try, is finishing up the radiant system. We really want to get some heat in here, but I don't want to turn it on until this place is insulated. So between now and spring, we have to get this done, as well as getting all the other water lines done. Most of the layout's been finished. All the upstairs ones are done. We still have to connect the bottoms. You also notice there's some insulation on the floor. They're expecting some really cold weather. And I do have the water turned off, but I have it stubbed out coming out of the floor and there's no heat in here, so I'm trying to find a way to keep it warm so we don't have any issues.
One of the biggest things that we got done on this trip was we got the pump in our well, and now we have running water at our hydrants. So we have our electrician here. He's put in our main panel. He's doing a sub panel for us. We've got lighting in this barns, which is super exciting. He's also going to be putting in some necessary outlets for us. Electricity in here is a game changer for us. So we're super excited to have Wade out here doing our electrician stuff.
So a couple of our big projects here, one of them specifically was putting in the tubing for the second floor radiant heat. Rob and I worked on that for about 2.5 days. There were highs, there were lows, lots of praying in between doing some of the sketchy stuff, but all in all it's finished. All the aluminum plates that radiate the heat coming off the tube up through the floor is done, and so we can check that one on the list and move on to the utility board. So another thing we had done, and it's a little bittersweet, the shipping container is gone. I didn't want one long term. I feel like it detracts and blocks the view. So we went ahead and had it removed. We started relocating some of our farming implements. And so as soon as we get some more gravel done, all this area will be clear and we'll let the forest kind of grow back over here again. This trip, another milestone we also got done is we plumbed the entire apartment for propane. We had our local propane company come out. They put a manifold up. They also left us 2 ports so that we could turn around and add heaters in the barn itself at a later date. So this about wraps up this trip. It was super productive. I didn't overshoot my goals and get overexcited that I was going to get a lot done, but I mean, when you step back and look at everything we did, we got all those projects accomplished, plus all of the finished framing. We started getting some of the doors installed, and it just feels good to be this far. The only bummer is we have to go home.
Yes. I don't want to go home.
And it's going to be cold when we get back. We're back out here in a few weeks. And so we're going to try to work through some more of these projects. So as soon as we can get some insulation in the walls, which I still think is a bit out, then we'll turn the heat on, and then that'll make things a lot more comfortable for us.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure and give us a thumbs up. And the best way to support our channel is by subscribing and sharing us with your friends and family. So if you know anybody that likes content like this, be sure and tell them about us. And we thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Stay tuned.
Bye.
Bye.